Morning guys, time for a frog update. As you can see, we have a bucket and a chair in the tank. I was having problems with the water since I changed the food. It was making the water really dirty. I had to change the water every day. The fact that the frogs are getting bigger, eating more, probably has something to do with it. But as soon as I went to this here food, we got problems. There's the older stuff. It's nothing to do with the size. You see the difference in the color. It's a different manufacturer. I got the same thing with the catfish. This food makes the water really dirty. If these were in a lake or something, you wouldn't even notice it. So I made a swirl filter out of a 5-gallon bucket. I'm going to clean it out, do a couple of changes. I just want to show you what it looks like in the bucket. I haven't done a water change in about a week, but just look at all this stuff on here, all the solids. Look at that, huh? I'm going to take this out, dump it out, and see how much is sitting in the bottom. Man, that's gross. Look at that, huh? Wow. That is a lot. Most of these swirl filters I've seen, they have a drain in the bottom, but the drain don't work for me, not when I keep it in the tank. The reason I keep it in the tank is because these little pumps, 1,000 liter per hour pumps, don't have enough lift to get the water out of the tank, and with the bucket sitting on the top, it's an extra 1.5 feet. The water is too slow. Not enough power. So I'm going to clean this out and then show you what I'm going to change. Okay, this filter, all this is 1/2-inch pipe. This piece screws into this piece. There's no gasket or nothing in here. All this stuff is just pushed together. No glue. It's all very simple. The hose goes in. This is the hose from the pump in a circle. The water swirls this way. It's slow enough that it gives the solids time to sink, and theoretically the cleanest water in the bucket is in the middle, and it drains out here back into the tank. Now I was in a fish store the other day. They had koi fish, really big koi fish. Huge, beautiful fish. And they sell all kinds of filters there. So I'm looking at these filters, and the guy's trying to sell me a filter that's a 5-gallon bucket like this, black, all black. It had an inlet here, one of these actually, to attach with a fitting on the outside to attach the hose, and then 2 outlets just like this, one here, one here. And the water went in through the medium and then sprayed out in 2 spots. But he wouldn't let me see in the bucket what his medium was. He was trying to sell me this bag of rock. I don't know what kind of rock it was. It was very light and very dusty. But him not speaking English and me not speaking Thai, I used it to my advantage. But then I didn't know he didn't want me to look in the filter, and took it apart and looked at it. And all was inside this filter was a piece of shade cloth with a piece of filter material on the top. So you think all my stuff was stuck to the blue pipe in this one. If it's got to go through all this shade cloth, it's all going to stick on there and catch even more solids. Now I did clean this, it's still wet. So my plan is, I don't know if it'll work. It should work, theoretically. It's this. Look at that. Look coming out there. It's Peter. Come on. In Thai they call that bug Peter. You don't want to come out, so you go see the frog later. So theoretically all this will catch everything like a biofilter now. Catch all the solids. We'll see. Worth a try. Let's look it up. Okay. Water. I run all this off the one solar panel. I run this pump with the frogs for about 10 hours a day, maybe 12. And then whatever juice is left in the battery once it gets dark, I use that for the fish. If they create a lot more solids. That's a nice froggy. Just relaxing, taking it easy. These are the smaller ones. The bigger ones are hiding. There are some good sized ones now, that's for sure. I did lose one a few days ago. Actually, the day I built this filter, and that's the reason I actually built the filter. When we changed this food, the water got really dirty really quick. And in the morning I was going to change the water and something came up. It was lunchtime before I got around to it. And by then, I'm sure it was the gas again, like got them the first time, starting to build up. And it really stinks, so I ended up losing one that day. There it is working. Like you say, there's not much to see. Just gotta make sure that it's gonna swirl. I don't know how that comes out, but you can see the water is coming this way, huh? What's wrong here? Frog food. Hopefully this will work. Only time will tell. I guess that'll be in the next update because it'll take a few days. We still have a lot of solids in it, so it takes a while. Hiding under the chair. This is a little tiny kid's chair. Works perfect actually. There we go. Okay guys, well that's it. A tiny swirl filter with some shade cloth in it. Hopefully that works. If it doesn't work any better than it did without the shade cloth, it'll still be alright. It still works. As you can see, the water is a little bit dirty, but I haven't changed the water in here in a week or more since I built the filter. So that's pretty amazing really. I'm just putting a little bit of water in now, just pulping it up. See it's low. Evaporation happens. But if you took out a bucket full, should be good. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. This is right above the fish or the frog tank. There's two little birds trying to make a nest. They've been working on this for like 2 weeks. It keeps falling down. They seem to have somewhat of a hole there now. The birds just flew out. They're really cool little birds. I've never seen them before. Pretty neat. They're really cool looking. But they're not very good house builders. Lots of birds nesting around here now. Before it was the doves. Now these and another different kind. I think I should be making some bird houses.